What up, gamers, and welcome to the premium side of my content, the Winner's Circle. Today we have something truly special for you, a device that's been making waves in the gaming community. Say hello to the Azeron Cyborg 2, a revolutionary gaming keypad designed to elevate your gaming experience to new heights. Traditional keyboards, while versatile, aren't always optimized for gaming. Many players struggle with the limitations of key placements, ergonomic discomfort, and the lack of natural hand movement, especially during long sessions. Not to mention the ritual of changing keybinds for every game to fit your playstyle and your hand. Meanwhile, controllers provide smooth movement but lack the precision of a mouse. This is exactly where the Azeron Cyborg 2 comes into play. It bridges the gap between controller players and traditional mouse and keyboard setups with its ergonomic, fully customizable keypad that gives you the best of both worlds. Now, before we get into the actual unboxing, you might be wondering why I decided to pick up the Azeron Cyborg 2 for myself. It all started with Marvel Rivals. I was playing on PC with a controller, and while I love the feel of a controller for movement, there was one major problem: aiming. When you play a super competitive and sweaty game like Marvel Rivals on PC, you're playing against around 98% M&K players, and competing against players using a mouse and keyboard while you're using a controller is a massive disadvantage. The fluidity and accuracy of a mouse for aiming is something that's nearly impossible to replicate on a controller, at least for me. No matter how many videos I watched giving me advice on how to adjust all of the different sensitivity settings on a controller, and no matter how much I adjusted it myself in game, I always felt like I was at a disadvantage. I just couldn't match the pinpoint precision of mouse users. I knew I needed a long-term solution. I didn't want to completely switch to mouse and keyboard because I still preferred the way controllers handle movement, and I also have more than 20 years of gaming on a controller, so I started researching hybrid alternatives. That's when I came across the Azeron Cyborg 2. After doing a ton of research, watching a ton of videos, reviews, unboxings, and also researching other alternatives, I discovered that the Azeron Cyborg 2 was really the perfect answer to my problem, giving me the best of both worlds. The joystick provided the fluid movement I was used to, while the mouse gave me the precise aiming I needed to compete at a high level. After digging deep and comparing all of my options, it became clear that the Azeron Cyborg 2 was the best and really the only choice for what I wanted to achieve. But enough of the talk, let's get hands-on. Join me as we unbox the Azeron Cyborg 2 and explore what makes this device a potential game changer for both casual and competitive gamers alike, and why for me the Azeron Cyborg 2 is the most revolutionary and useful piece of gaming tech that I've ever used. So this is the packaging the Cyborg 2 came in. On their website it says that it can take anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks to build each unit prior to the actual shipping time, which is awesome, IMO, because they literally make these to order using 3D printed parts. I ordered mine with a custom logo, which they warned me might take a little longer than normal, which I'll show later in the unboxing. But I love how these units aren't just sitting in a warehouse somewhere collecting dust, they're actually built to order. I received my Cyborg close to 3 weeks after I ordered it, which was a lot quicker than I expected. Also, just a couple disclaimers, this is very much a raw unboxing, not some hyper-produced sponsored unboxing video. This video is not sponsored by Azeron, although I did contact them and they gave me an affiliate code that is active until the end of March. I think they want to see if I can bring some value to their brand, which is why the affiliate code only lasts till the end of March. So if you're at all interested, make sure to use that affiliate code. I'll put it up on screen right now, and I'll also include it in the description of this video. All you have to do is use TACIT5 at checkout and you'll get 5% off. I also had a choice whether to unbox it myself and have my roommate film it, which basically would mean that I'd have to direct him how to shoot the video and which shots and angles I wanted, or I could have him unbox it and I film it. So my roommate is actually doing the unboxing while I'm the one filming it. Later in the video, I also show some in-game use of the Cyborg 2 while simultaneously showing gameplay of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, so stick around for that. So the quick start guide is pretty much there to show you where and how to download the software and to kind of show off how many different keys the Cyborg has. By the way, the software is insanely easy to set up and use and is super intuitive. I'll be showing you the software and how easy it is to program different keys for different functions, so stick around for that. Just like with everything else with the Cyborg, everything feels very quality, custom, and made specifically for you. While I always find it funny when these tech reviewers and professional unboxers talk about the packaging on products, which really is the least important thing, the packaging really does feel quality here. Like as you unbox each part of it, you can really tell how much time was spent to make sure that your cyborg not only got to you in one piece, but got to you in style. They also make a point on their website as well as on the box to point out that the cyborg was made in Latvia, which is awesome. I mean, this is such a unique product and really such a quality product that I would be proud to have it represent me as well. Finally, we're at the actual unboxing, and I want you to notice how everything is secure and you really have to unpack it in order to reach it. Too often I see products just covered in plastic or some cheap bubble wrap, and it's nice to see that the cyborg was packed in a way that felt premium. Because make no mistake, this product isn't cheap, but the best stuff rarely is. At this point, I'm so excited to actually get a look at the cyborg, so it's probably good that I'm not the one unboxing it, or I probably would have skipped over all these little unboxing details. I love all the little touches on the packaging too, like the made for you, and again, how everything feels secure and safe. Like once I saw how securely it was wrapped up, I never really felt any worry that getting a product shipped all the way from Latvia to the States would be damaged. We're about to get our first look at the cyborg. I got mine done completely in black, but there are tons of different color combinations and stuff you can get on it and really make it unique to you. The cyborg comes with a lot of extra screws as well as a special screwdriver because you do need to adjust the cyborg to fit your hand and fingers. I also ordered the grip pads for all of the different keys along with a second palm rest and a stand for it to sit on. I'll be showing you all of that as we move along in the video, as well as showing what the finished product looks like after I've made all the adjustments to fit my hand and added all of the grip pads to all the keys. So there's my Azeron Cyborg 2. Like I just said, I had mine designed in all black, and there's also an optional palm rest grip that you can get pre-installed, which I did, and you can see it on the palm rest. This is the same kind of grip pad that I ordered for the keys, except obviously I had to install the grip pads for the keys. If there is one complaint I have, and this is such a first world lazy American complaint, but it would have been cool if I could pay extra to get the grip pads on all the keys pre-installed, because it took me almost an hour to do it. Because, like an idiot, I adjusted all the finger towers on the cyborg to fit my hand prior to installing the grip pads. And adjusting the finger towers to fit my hand perfectly took well over an hour by itself. And then because it took so long to get the adjustments just right, I didn't want to go through the adjustment process again. So I had to be really careful when I installed the grip pads, and that made it take a lot longer. So a pro tip for everyone, install the grips for the keypads before you adjust the towers. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Speaking of adjusting the cyborg to fit your hand, literally everything is adjustable on this. From the position of the thumbstick, to the finger towers, to the tips of the towers. There's also a side tower that you install next to the thumbstick, and yes, that's adjustable too. Literally everything is adjustable to fit your hand. My fingers are insanely crooked because of playing sports my whole life and jamming my fingers so many times, so it took me probably longer than it will take you to get the cyborg adjusted, but even with my crooked fingers, I was able to adjust the cyborg so I don't constantly misclick. Obviously, it's incredibly important that you adjust the cyborg to fit your hand, and Azeron actually has such a comprehensive and well-explained video on adjusting your cyborg that it's pointless for me to show you myself. I'll put a link to Azeron's superior video on how to adjust the cyborg properly in the description of this video. Another thing I wanted to talk about is how intimidating the cyborg looks. I've seen countless comments on other videos talking about how gamers don't think they could use the cyborg because they would be constantly misclicking. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Yes, there will be a learning period where you will misclick as your hand and muscle memory gets used to using it, but there has literally never been another gaming accessory or gaming tool I've used that has felt as natural as using the cyborg. That's the whole point of it, really. Like, that's why it's designed to be adjusted to fit your hand and why it's adjusted to be used by your entire hand in the first place. It's designed to feel natural in your hand. I wish Azeron would send more of these units to gaming expos and conventions so more people could get a chance to use it, because it really fits literally like a hand in a glove. It feels so smooth and so intuitive that I really believe that if every PC gamer got a chance to try it, it would quickly become the most popular gaming accessory on the market. There really is nothing like it. The hardest part, in my opinion, is laying out the keybinds intelligently. Like, that's something I still struggle with, is laying out the keybinds properly. I'll give you an example. So I have my Alt key on one of the keys on the index finger tower, but when I first started using the cyborg, I also keybound the number 1 key on another key on the index finger tower. So that means the Alt key and the number 1 key are both activated by my index finger. And in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you sometimes have to hold the Alt key to initiate a dialogue response, and then use the number 1, 2, or 3 keys to choose your response. And because I had the Alt key and the number 1 key bound to keys on my index finger, I couldn't do both at the same time. Those are probably the hardest and most important decisions you'll make in making the Cyborg work intuitively for you. Having said that, once you get some practice with the Cyborg and actual gameplay, you will quickly realize how to lay out your keybinds intelligently. And once you do that, there is no way any real gamer would ever go back to using a keyboard after using the Cyborg. The Cyborg literally eliminates all the stretching, all the BS of trying to centralize all your keys to that small little area on your keyboard, all of the hand fatigue, and everything goes away with the Cyborg because your hand is literally resting comfortably, and your finger movements are small because you adjusted everything properly to fit your hand. Like, the goal is to adjust the Cyborg enough to where you don't have to move your fingers too much, but also not adjust it to the point where you're misclicking. And like I said before, adjusting the Cyborg is super easy and intuitive. You take it finger by finger, adjusting each tower to fit a position that is comfortable for your hand. And the good news is once you've adjusted it once, you never have to do it again because everything stays secured by metal screws. So no worries about accidentally moving a tower too much while playing. So here's the stand for the Cyborg. What we didn't realize when we unboxed it is that there is a little tool that comes with the Cyborg that actually locks the stand into place. And then you can put the Cyborg on the stand and use the Cyborg from a bunch of different angles that you wouldn't be able to normally. What's also cool is that the stand is magnetic, so the Cyborg clicks onto the stand really easily. Now, because I wanted to get used to using the Cyborg normally, I haven't really used the stand, but it is another cool extra that the Cyborg can come with. Also, the Cyborg thumbstick module comes with a bunch of different size thumbsticks. Longer thumbsticks, shorter thumbsticks, concave tops, flat tops, so whatever thumbstick size and shape you want, the Cyborg comes with it, as well as a restrictor ring. So if you're someone like me that does play intense PvP games, you can attach the restrictor ring, and that enables you to make smaller movements on the thumbstick. Speaking of thumbsticks, another great feature, which was a huge selling point for me personally, is that the Cyborg uses a Hall effect thumbstick. Basically, a Hall effect thumbstick module eliminates or greatly reduces the possibility of stick drift ever occurring. Hall effect thumbsticks use magnets to center the thumbstick, and then all you have to do is run the calibration in the Cyborg app, and basically you don't ever have to worry about stick drift after that. What makes it even cooler to me is that let's say by some miracle you do develop stick drift at some point, you can buy an entirely new Hall effect thumbstick Cyborg module, and Azeron has a very simple and easy to follow video on how to connect a new Cyborg thumbstick module. So if stick drift ever does happen, you can fix it yourself. Another selling point which will be useful for some is that, like I said earlier, everything on the Cyborg is 3D printed, and Azeron provides all the schematics for the entire unit. So if you ever do break something, you can use the schematic and either 3D print it yourself or pay someone else to do it for you. The point is that if something does go wrong, it can be fixed, and you aren't stuck with a $300 paperweight. So what you're looking at now is all the different things the Cyborg comes with. You have the Cyborg 2 unit itself, a specialty screwdriver so you can adjust all the different parts of the Cyborg to fit your hand, the USB-C cable that you use to connect the Cyborg 2 to your computer. Yes, it is wired, but I don't really see that as a problem because I don't want the extra latency that often comes with wireless products, but it also wouldn't surprise me if we do see a wireless version at some point in the future. You also get the grips for all the keys, the Cyborg stand, the tool to adjust and lock the stand into place, the different thumbstick caps, extra screws, the extra palm rest, and that's basically everything you get. I wanted to give you as many angles as possible, and like I said at the beginning of this video, this is not a professional unboxing, nor am I an unboxing channel, but this product is way too cool not to unbox for you. We're about to transition to showing off what the Cyborg looks like with all the grips for the keys attached. You will be able to see the difference, but where you'll really notice it is when you actually use the Cyborg yourself with and without the grip pads attached. It really does make the keys easier to hit and non-slip. And just like everything else on the Cyborg, the grip pads are quality. These are not the cheap crap you buy on Amazon. Alright, here we go. Epic transition time. So this is what the Azeron Cyborg 2 looks like after I adjusted it to fit my hand, added the extra tower that goes near the thumbstick, and attached all of the grip pads to every key. I did love how Azeron gave you a grip pad for every single key, because while the Cyborg 2 does does have 30 different available keys to bind, you may end up playing a game where you have to make use of most, if not all of those keys. And because each key is important, Azeron gave you a grip pad for each key. Like I just said, the grip pads are obviously high quality. I say obviously because I felt them, and it really does take the tactile experience of actually touching the grip pads for you to recognize that these are of a far superior quality to the basic stuff you buy online. Also, notice the custom TM monogram I had Azeron add to my Cyborg, another cool little touch that makes a Cyborg feel unique to you. And don't be surprised if you adjust all of the towers once to fit your hand, and then have to do some minor readjustments once you actually get gameplay time using the Cyborg, because I found that I had to make some slight adjustments to the way I position my hand when I'm actually playing a game versus when I'm not. Alright, now I'm going to show you what the Azeron Cyborg 2 software looks like, and also let you hear the clicks from the Cyborg itself. Like I mentioned earlier, it's really easy to add keybinds. Each key you click lights up on the appropriate spot in the software, then you can choose whether to add a basic keybind, a combo press, or even a macro depending on what you want to do. If you ever want to change any keybinds, it's equally as simple. Just click the key you want to rebind, then rebind it. Also, if you have certain keys that you know aren't going to change depending on the game, like sprint, jump, or crouch, you can add those to a default profile, and then whenever you create a new profile for a game, those keybinds will already be there. Also, there are 6 different profiles you can access at any given time by simply pressing a button on the side of the Cyborg. The Cyborg also comes with adjustable RGB lights on the side for when you change profiles. So let's say you have one profile for Marvel Rivals, one for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and one for Dune Awakening. You can have red for Rivals, purple for Kingdom Come, and orange for Dune Awakening. So you can see which profile you're on without having to look in the software. Alright, now it's time to show some actual gameplay with the Cyborg in action. I'm gonna let the gameplay portion of the video play without my commentary or music, so I hope you all enjoyed this unboxing video. Let me know in the comments what I can do better, and more importantly, what you want to see in the future from the premium side of this channel. Make sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe, and remember, it's only GG when you win.
Good. God. Quick. God. God. Go. Oh, God.
Maybe a couple more minutes and that's it. I'd like to try to find some combat somewhere, but nobody wants to. Kind of sucks.